Hi y'all, Kraken Latte here. Patch 9.0.5 came out recently, and with it, the ability to solo queue for Battle for Azeroth LFR. This is wonderful because any mog you may want from that difficulty is now accessible. You can find these Tortolan NPCs in Borealis' main inn for the Alliance, and on the northeastern room on the second floor of the Seal for the Horde. There are a total of 6 raids from BFA, all of which have their wings separated out at the LFR NPCs. And as a note, you will have to be level 51 or higher to be able to queue for them. And if you want to do N'Zoth specifically, you'll have to have your legendary cloak equipped before you can even see that wing. While this is wonderful news, it's still early in Shadowlands. 9.1 hasn't hit yet, and the crazy inflation of item level isn't here. So, can we even solo these wings yet? Let's take a look. So, to give these the best possible shot, I grabbed my main. He's a 193 Ret Paladin with a full Covenant set, the Sorrowbane sword, and a legendary. Nothing amazing since I don't do competitive gearing, so I'm at a pretty obtainable state. I decided to start with the first wing in Uldir, which was the first raid release of BFA, so I went in to fight Talok as my first victim. Right off the bat, I noticed the tentacles that you have to take down before you kill the boss had a lot of health, so that was a sign that it was going to take a while if I was going to solo this. I did indeed manage to solo Talok, but not for lack of trying. If I wasn't a paladin with my heals and shields, I actually don't know that I would have been able to do it, so that was a precursor for the near future. Mother was the boss directly after Talok and Uldir, so I decided to go ahead and give her a shot. I probably could have soloed her, but I forgot that you can get one shot if you don't move quick enough, so I did. I got one shot, as you can see here. That didn't go so well, so you know what? I said, not worth my time, so let's move on to the next raid. Siege of dazar'alor is the next raid, and the first boss in that one and the first wing is Rawani. The trash immediately posed some issues as it took forever to kill them, and some of them were a little more dangerous than I was expecting. I didn't stand a chance against the boss either, so that was embarrassing. I thought I could do it, I got him to about halfway I believe, but no, that was a big fat no. I could probably do other bosses in this raid if I pick and choose, but you know. On to the next. My next test was for the next raid in Crucible of Storms. This raid was notoriously difficult when it was live, and so the first boss of 2 was the Restless Cabal. Before even getting to the boss, the mob that stands before him proved a bit of a challenge. If you don't have enough interrupts or stuns, you'll get too many stacks off and just murder your face. It actually took me a couple tries before I could get to the boss itself. And with that kind of intro, as you can imagine, I got absolutely decimated on the boss. So, yeah, no Crucible of Storms for me. Not yet anyways. The next raid is the Eternal Palace, and the first boss here is Abyssal Commander Savara. There is a lot of trash in this initial room, but most of it is actually skippable if you're careful. The mobs here still have a lot of health, so I definitely recommend skipping them if you don't want to waste your time. The commander herself basically laughed at me and I fell over, so I didn't last very long at all. That was actually a little underwhelming considering this was a very easy boss when this was live. So yeah, another no. So that's embarrassing. And for our last raid, we've got ny'alotha, and the first boss is Wrathion. Big, lovely dragon boy. This was a big fat no as well, if you couldn't guess, because the moment he started, he basically sat on me, and that was the end of me. So, yeah, another embarrassing failure. So, as you can see here from all the little previews, all that to say this, no. These raids are not very soloable just yet. If you're really geared, you can probably do some of the bosses in each of these raids if you pick and choose. I only tested the first couple of bosses in each one. I didn't do all of them, just for the sake of time. And even if you do manage to solo them, don't expect it to be a quick run. The first boss in Uldir, Talok, which I did manage to solo myself, it took me about 11 minutes to do the whole fight, and it's not a very hard fight. It's just a matter of surviving. So, if you're looking to farm these, I'd give these a couple patches at least. Not quite farmable just yet. Some of them soloable? Yes. Farmable? Not necessarily. And there we have it. I beg you to like and comment on this video, as doing both kicks the YouTube algorithm into high gear and gets my videos recommended more. Being totally honest with you, I want to make this my full-time job, so your support means I can keep bringing you coffee field content. As always, thank you so much for watching, and remember, it's never too latte.